Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the bishops, the great millstone that rule well through the scriptures. Peace to the 144,000 and the rest of the hopeful elect. I am the brother Chayah from GMS Indianapolis, the branch of Indiana. The original Gary campus, GMS of Ontario 2. And I just want to do something, on this black fatigue thing, which I forget the elder who did a video on that about a week or so back. But basically, black fatigue, so-called white people, just sick of Jake, all right? And which, in the grand scheme of things, it's being, the powers that be are purposely putting that out there through the media. All right, you had the one guy, Carmelo Anthony, supposed to have stabbed the so-called white boy, right? Then when you read the story, when you go into it, it's like it enforces the racial divide, right? So Jake could be happy if he get off, right? The same way it was with Rodney King. I mean, not Rodney King, but the same way it was with O.J. Simpson, right? That was a big, during the time that happened, that was a big racial divide. And it was, you watch those, what the hell? Oh, Slovakia. Okay. Yeah, you watch those tapes and clips from that era, and you see that face that the so-called white people had when he beat it. It's that same face, that same stale, unapologetic, unemotional face, masked hate, right? But anyway, black fatigue, DEI, right? What is it? Diversity, equity, inclusion, which the nickname of it is didn't earn it. And even though when you go into that, the people who primarily benefited from that was white women, so-called white women, and our people benefited the least. All right, the LGBTQ community was before our people in benefiting that. And that's not even mentioning the so-called black man. Forget about it, right? And you got just so-called black people being portrayed in the media, and people are sick of it. Esau Edom, they are sick of it. They're starting to feel the the pressure, so to speak, and our people are being made the scapegoat in one way or another, kind of being made the scapegoat to further fuel the racial tension. But let me grab a scripture real quick. Oh, you got the one, you got all these videos, Edomites, making videos about a potential race war, saying that so-called black people don't want one. They had the one Edomite woman where she said, you shoot your guns to the side, like the movies, right? Like the so-called gangsters in the black movies, and you think you can go against somebody that's shooting ducks, Which she had a point. It was proud as hell, but she had a point though. But what compelled her to say that, right? The black fatigue, right? Then they had the Edomite dudes saying the same thing. But as it concerns the hopeful elect, our help come from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So your primitive ass guns mean nothing to us. Just throw that out there. Second Esdras 15 and 15. I start at 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Right? So these things are near. All right? These things are in the beginning stages, right? We're in the eye of the storm, right? So it's the eye in a storm or in a tornado, the eye is normally the calmest part, but surrounding it, those winds is chaotic. So we're surrounded by chaos right now, and every now and again it seeps in these instances, in certain instances. But very soon it's just gonna break out, right? Or like you got a wall, right? And it's holes is popping up. So the water seeping through the holes, and you plugging it up, and you plugging it here, and another one pop up, and you plug it until eventually the whole wall just break and burst forth. That's where we at right now concerning the prophecies of the Bible coming to pass, as it pertains to what you seeing happening in the earth constantly. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. You got this whole Palestine-Israeli thing. You got people that's pro-Palestine, right? Pro-Israel. So you got that. You got the so-called black and white, with all these jobs being lost, right? Because DEI made a lot of so-called white people suffer from that, unbeknownst to them. And the spirit they have, they don't have this. The spirit within them is not upright, so they'll never admit it. As long as they can blame Israel, all right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, they will. That's how they set up, right? What is that? Revelation 12 says no, it ain't 12, but it says that they're the accuser of our brethren. All right. They're always putting us in a box in which they can point the finger. Scientific racism around the corner. Well, it's here. It says, for there shall be sedition among men. Sedition is uprisings, right? Over there in West Virginia, you got the coal mining industry, right? They failing. You got whole towns and whole communities built around, one industry. And so as those markets fail, and they look and see where the government sending money to and giving money to, that's going to incite people. You've been in helping all these immigrants from South Africa, but before South Africa, it was Ukraine, giving them money, giving them stipends, giving them housing, and taking that away from American citizens. And all while this is happening, right? All while this is happening, we're gonna take the bulk of that blame. So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. just like it happened in Rome. When they blamed the Christians, right? It's gonna be the same thing. The original Christians were the Israelites. All right. What it say? And the disciples were first called Christian at Antioch. It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. Yeah, because they broke. So it's gonna be uprisings, right? Then people are going to be invading one another because you got the hyperinflation and you got the famine, right? It says they shall not regard their kings nor princes, so they're going to be breaking the law. All right? And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Ain't nothing going to stop them. Whatever they got their mind, remember, it's going to be similar to the purge. And in one of those purges, who was a target? So-called black people was a target in the purge, right? So art imitates life. But anyway, I didn't click on none of these videos. But I remember the elder did a video on black fatigue. And fatigue means tired. So basically they tired they tired of Israelites. Right? All right? And ultimately is they just don't want us to exist in the earth. We've been given the bad rap. These people have been convinced that we're the cancer. right? Then they show they show these you got the so-called black woman, and they like, and our people fucking help them. All right, our people help them with their actions, man. See, Esau Idiot, he'll use his media to broadcast our, what we do, and he'll diminish what he do. You still the devil, nigga. But our people just took hold to your side, and they'll become in your image. They act and behave like you. But nigga, you still the problem. But it says, yeah, black panel explodes after white woman admits there's black fatigue. So black, which we are the Israelites, ain't no black. And then fatigue, tired. So they tired of the Israelites, right? And you know what? God damn it, me too. All right, me too. Shit. One of the brothers witnessed. He was at work, and this guy was trying to get his son to sag. Said his son couldn't have been no more than 5 to 6 years old. Here it is, 30-year-old Jake in there with his woman, and the toddler couldn't have been no more than 5 or 6. The brother say, and he's telling the son to put his pants down a little bit so he can sag a little bit. Here it is, for once the woman got more sense than him, telling him don't be teaching him that, but him nah. See, that's degeneracy, right? Then for the past 2 days in a row, I've seen older Jakes, like these guys looked 50-ish, right? With some goddamn red beards. And I ain't talking about red like Malcolm X and Red Fox. I'm talking about hot Cheeto red fucking beards. Like hot Cheeto red, no exaggeration. And the one guy, I just had to fucking say something. And funny enough, the guy had on the Muslim garb, the full Muslim regalia. You know, the straight pants with the long shirt. It's like an overcoat, something like a pullover, and it's long. It go all the way to the knees, and then it got the splits on the side, and then it's a long sleeve. I don't remember if he had the little net thing that they wear on their head, but he got the full Muslim regalia on, and he had a red hot Cheeto beard. Matter of fact, I seen that 3 times. I think I seen it 3 times. I seen it. Let me see. Today, Monday. Wait. I seen it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yep, I seen that shit 3 times in a row. 3rd time. It was in front of my house too. I guess the guy was delivering something to one of the neighbors to drop off. You know, I'm in the front doing yard work and shit. And I see the guy, and I say, damn, man, you got a red beard or some shit. I forget what I said. And yeah, and I'm just like, man, whatever. Older Muslim guy, nigga look damn like 50. Foreigner. But, Jake, but like a foreign Jake. I don't know if Africa's, West Coast something. Looking at this fucking dude. And he said it was all white before. So this to show you his age. I think he's saying it was all white as in to show his age versus that he dyed it. But I think he might have had anyway. So we got fucking black fatigue too. Let me see. Isaiah 1:4. Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity. It's like, what the fuck they gonna think of next? A seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are going away backward. And you know what backward? That's basically what degeneracy means. To go away backward. Because when you look up degenerate, it means to not possess the qualities of one's ancestors. Our ancestors are the Israelites. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Nehemiah, Jeremiah, Isaiah, King David, the disciples, Yahweh Shai. We supposed to be acting like them. Ultimately, Yahweh Shai, first and foremost, right? He the mold, but we ain't acting like Israelites or as a nation. But you always got to throw it. But why? See, that's one thing. See, that's what the devil do. He points the finger, right? And no one asks the question why. Well, why do those people act like that? Or how did they get like that? Or what changed from this point in time to this point in history? But the witnesses of the Lord, the prophets, we here for all of that. We know why, when, where, and how, and what, and the remedy. All right. Like the scripture says, let me grab it real quick. It says, Proverbs 12:26, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. We the righteous. We better than you fucking people. All the way around. It says, but the way of the wicked seduceth him. I remember, like, just to give a quick story growing up, as a young, a young child, 8, 9, pre-adolescent child, I didn't curse. When I start cursing, so-called using bad language, when I was introduced to so-called white people, Edomite children. Didn't do it, didn't want to do it. But then being around them, and then they helping you to, no, come on, it's cool, go ahead. Damn demons. But the way of the wicked seduceth them. Right? And here it is. Esau been in position of power to influence our people. He started teaching our people. At first, you grew up you was taught by your own people. I experienced that. In elementary, the bulk of my teachers was so-called black women. So he infiltrated teaching you, right? Then he infiltrated your churches. Then his media, then the video game, he just got you. But they branded and styled it as if these degenerate qualities are innate in our people. No, nigga, everybody gonna get it, right? Our people gonna get it for following you, and you gonna get it for putting it there, like the scripture says. Look, hold on. Habakkuk 2:15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, right? And that drink represents a philosophy or a way to be, right? You use all your educators, right, and your scholars, right, and then people believe and trust them because they already been conditioned that they got the right answer. Oh, he's a scholar. Oh, he got a PhD. Oh, he's a Sigmund Freud. And then you study these people, and they all fucking weirdos. They don't fucking know what they talking about. But that's what's put forth. That puttest thy bottle to him and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Right? So you demoralize them. You debase them. You separated them from their culture, how they really supposed to be. And one of the reasons why Esau Edom does that too is to control people. It's easier to control people when you demoralize them and debase them. See, he uses his efforts to study to study wickedness. See, like the scripture says, what? Proverbs 24:1. Be not thou envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them, for their heart studieth destruction, and their lips talk of mischief. Yeah, that's this devil. They use their resources to fucking study destruction. That's his right hand. A right hand of falsehood. That's his right hand. But the scripture says what? The knowledge of wickedness is not prudence. So it's falsehood. It has an end. It doesn't lead to life everlasting. It doesn't lead to peace. It leads to death, corruption, and war. But I'm gonna get one more. What's that? Amos. Amos 9 and 10 or something like that. Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. So hey, the wicked, black fatigue, like I said, the men of the Lord got the hopeful elect got black fatigue too. Shit, we tired of seeing this shit too. But just to bring the judgment full circle to tell you why and how, well, no, we ain't see Esau just throw rocks and hide his hand. Oh, look at those black people. No, you made them black people like that. Those Israelites people like that. This is your doing. And all y'all gonna get it. Which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Yep. Is there one more I want to get? Say all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. Yep. That's all I got. So anyway, Lord's will, that was edifying to the hopeful elect. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash, Shalom.